Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be talking about the mysteries of honey. Okay. This video is inspired because recently it all started a couple of weeks ago. I had lit a yellow candle and it was a candle to the sun. It was a candle to increase my light. Okay. Um, And eventually, once I finished burning the candle, I looked at the candle and I realized that the candle said Oshun, because I was putting sun or pretty much written on the candle. And then like I would have above like the sun, I would have a physical sun drawn, which is a circle, and then the little rays coming from it. But when I looked at it after I burnt it, I realized, I said, oh shoot, it says Oshun. And then it hit me. I said, okay, hold on. Oshun color is yellow, right? She represents fertility and energy, because I remember one time when I had Oshun's altar erect, immediately after I invoked her and brought her in, my breast, right, my nipples became extremely, strong, very, very hard, like they were full of energy. It was the equivalent at that time of me thinking about like having an erect penis. It brought forth that kind of strength. So, and we know that the sun has that ability too. So when I looked at her name, I said, okay, her name also says ocean, right? So we know that people say she's connected to the river, but when I begin to, psychically channel this information, I was like, okay, she's not only connected to the river, but she's connected to the ocean. Her name literally is spelled or sounds like ocean. So her presence is there as well. So those of you who may be in areas where you say, well, I don't have a river. Well, if there's an ocean nearby, then go to an ocean. You can find her there as well. But also her essence is connected to the sun as well. Okay, I don't know if she resides on the sun or she comes back and forth from the sun, but she has something to do with the sun. Also, her flower is the offerings that you give her is actually sunflowers. Okay, now sunflowers, right? They're bright yellow. They're strong, very strong flowers. Okay, very, very strong and sturdy flowers. And when someone says, hey, sunshine to you, they say you light up a room. So that's the sun energy. Okay, so that's how this honey video came about. This is where it started, okay? So I started to think. I made a video then. One day I got up and she came through and I did a video about her and my experience with her. And then as I was doing the video, I said, oh, shoot, I think I need to build an altar to Oshun. It's been a minute, but all the good things she had done for me, maybe I need to invoke her again to bring her back into my life, because I can show you some goodness in my life at this time. So I go and I begin to erect an altar for her. Okay. The first night I erected the altar, I bought some sunflowers, some beautiful ones, very beautiful. And I had already bought an orange the week before, so I had an orange, and then I had some leftover honey, and I poured the honey on the orange and put the altar together. Okay. That very next day that I woke up, I felt amazing. Like I only had slept for like a couple of hours, and when I woke up, like it's like a warmth. Like you can tell that there was some kind of energetic shift, or that her presence was there, because I absolutely felt amazing in my body. Not every day I wake up do I feel amazing in my body, from sores from the bed, sleeping the wrong way, posture, all of that. You don't always wake up feeling like real good. And I felt it, and it was a warmth that I was feeling. So I knew something had shifted. So I said to myself, what could it have been? I was like, is it that these flowers actually hold her essence? And when I brought the flowers into the house, that those flowers actually hold some kind of positive energy that maybe clears the environment or something like that. So I just began to question, how am I feeling this wonderful on 4 hours of sleep? You know what I mean? And also sleeping on my side, because normally in order for me to feel great in my body, I need to lay flat and I need to lay a little bit elevated. And I didn't do none of that this night. And also I think that night, for the first time, I had put like, I had found this piece the protection from the evil eye, the big blue glass emblem with the eye in the middle. I had gotten that and I put that under my pillow. So I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, what's going on? What did this? What is making me feel this? So eventually, after going through everything, I said, well, it's a combination of everything. I'm just going to keep on doing everything, right? Okay. So now I begin to remember about a time where I had these strubs in front of my apartment, and these bees would show up every day. But like soon as dusk came, they would disappear. And I'd go inside the tree with my flashlight. I'm trying to figure out where the hell they go, because it's like, where the hell did they go? Like, I didn't see them fly away and they ain't in this tree. Where the hell did they go? I need to know. So I come to realize that actually trees are portals. They're airports for insects. They come and go. You be wondering, like, how the hell they get here? Where they pop up from? You know what I mean? But trees are portals, okay? Not only that, now, as I've gotten this altar and I have these flowers here, right? I begin to know that actually you think that you're giving an offering, you're giving her something, right? Something that she likes, but actually her essence is inside of these things. So when you bring these things into your space, honey, you consume honey, or maybe you consume sunflower tea, or you bring them in your space, you're actually inviting her in your presence. It's not that you're actually giving her anything. Her essence is these things, okay? So you ultimately are the one getting the benefits from these things that people tell you to give offerings to. So I'm gonna say this. Eat oranges. Eat honey. I haven't seen any sunflower teas out, but I'm going to do a little research on sunflowers. I have them here. They're so beautiful. I've had them for a couple of days. They're starting to lose their luster, but still very sturdy and very beautiful. But I'm going to find out if there's any way to make a tea. If not, then I'll just always bring them into the home. Because as we know, plants obviously change the atmosphere of environments. And I've read about tons of plants that ward off negative energy and do just a lot of amazing things. So I'm telling y'all that just to, when you want to invoke certain deities, just like I said, having these things and consuming these things actually invites them into your presence and brings on that energy. So now I am experiencing increased vibrancy, okay? So I made tea a couple days in a row. So 2-3 days ago, I go to my car and there's a bee just stuck on my car, and he just sat there for hours and would not leave. And this happened before, in the past couple months. The bee would be there but wouldn't leave. Now, I went to down to the ocean a couple months as well, and the bee was there too on the ocean, and he just stayed by me the whole time, just one singular bee, right? And now as I'm saying it, this makes me know for sure that her presence is also at the ocean. Okay, so she was trying to communicate with me during that time as well. Okay. Okay, so the bee is there. So I'm saying, what does the bee want to say to me? I said, okay, this is a manifestation of Oshun. She's showing me that she has appeared. Okay, cool. But what's up with this bee? So I go to the grocery store, and then I thought to myself, I wanted to get some offerings. So let me get some honey to go over these oranges. So I go to the store and I find this. Okay, I don't know if you can see this really good. Okay, let me see what this is. This is called Glory Bee Organic Raw Honey. Now, I've never seen this one before. This is the first time that I've ever seen this honey. Prior to this honey here, which is in a glass bottle, I had been buying recently for my tea some form of tea that came in a plastic bottle. It's supposed to be raw and it's supposed to be organic. I think it's Mike's or somebody. It's supposed to be one of the best ones. They listed it online as the best version of a raw organic. But I come to find out it's not, because I remember using it for my teas and I remember getting a sugar rush and getting a headache. So I knew like it wasn't top notch. But they advertised it even online as it's top notch, it's organic and it's raw. But it wasn't. Now this one here, I don't get no spiking sugar and then feel tired or anything like that. So I have been using this the past couple days. I'm like, oh, I like this in my tea. It's pretty good. So today, you know, I'm on my cycle and I was tired as hell. You know, usually on my cycle, like the first day is real heavy and I got to go sit down somewhere. You know what I mean? And just, it's like a storm. You just got to let the storm pass. And in a couple of hours, I'll get my energy back. So I was like, you know what? I got stuff to do today. Let me get some of my tea because I've been messing with not moringa. What tea is this? This is, I think it's a matcha. Yeah, I got a matcha green tea, which I love the matcha. It's an emerald green tea that I have that's really top notch. You can't drink it on an empty stomach though, because it'll have you going to the bathroom and have you jittery. So with this green tea, I usually have to eat something first and then consume it. So I woke up, I said, okay, I'm gonna make me some tea. See if this tea can help. Because usually I'll drink some tea on my period. My period don't give a damn about no tea. It's like, it's your period, you is through, go sit down somewhere. You know what I mean? It don't none work, you know? Just need to go sit down and rest and that's it. So today I was like, I'm gonna drink some tea. And I looked at the honey and look at this top. I think this top is pretty cool. It's a picture of a bee on it. I looked at the honey and I said, no, it's too early to have some sugar. I said, I don't want to be done, you know, messed up my drink, because that's what was happening when I was using that other honey I told you I was using that was supposed to be raw and organic. Like I'll like add like 2 tablespoons, but it'd be too much sugar and then it messes up the whole drink because it's too much sugar and then it brings my vibrations down. So I was kind of reluctant to use this, even though it had been good to me the past couple of days, because that's been my experience with the honeys that I've been buying. So if you can get you a nice, probably local, I'm assuming this is some form of a local honey. So wherever you live, get you some form of local honey that's in a glass jar that ain't highly commercialized and popular and famous. Get you something that's raw, because this is a raw and organic one as well. So try to find the best thing that you can find out there. And if you don't get it right the first time, obviously keep trying, you know. But this honey is the truth. So now I'm like, okay, I look at the honey and I say, should I put the honey in this tea? I say, nah, I don't want to lose energy. So then I walk in my room and then I see this. This is one of my, I don't know if you can see the reflection. If you look at it, it looks like honeycombs. Like I'm bending it. It's like one of those papers where you tilt it and then it, you know, you see stuff. But like these here are something called, let's see if I can get it in the camera. Okay, Po Chi pills. Okay, P-O, and then that's one word, then Chai, C-H-A-I, and then pills. Okay, and look at this. Isn't this a cool packaging? I love this packaging. Look, so cool. So this is some emperor on here. So Japanese emperor, I believe, or Chinese, Japanese, I think. I think this product is Hong Kong. Where's Hong Kong? Is that China or Japan? But anyway, that product there, I go in my room and I look and I see the reflective paper showing honeycombs. I said, okay, go put some honey in the tea. So I went and put the honey in the tea, and sure enough, I had me about 3 cups of what is that tea? Not moringa, it's matcha. I had 3 cups of green matcha tea with honey today. And let me tell you, I've been energized all day, haven't eaten much, but been energized, not even wanted any sugar. I actually did grocery shopping today. So I did get my little cookies. I'm like, I'm gonna need some cookies. You know, I'm on my cycle. I need some sugar. You know, let me get it. But when I got the sugar, I didn't even want to eat sugar. You know what I mean? Because the honey that I had been eating. And I had already told myself, perhaps instead of eating cookies and stuff, let me replace it with some honey. Because the honey really is a good sweet. You know, it gets the job done. So let me see if I can actually, you know, transfer it out for cookies that I be eating. So I got the cookies, only ate like 2, and I was good. I didn't want no more. You know what I mean? Because I had been sustained all day from the green tea mixed with the honey. Okay. Now, earlier that day when I made the first cup of tea, I mixed the honey in, right, with the spoon. I had a clear spoon, and then I picked the spoon up. And when I looked at it, you know how like when you see like baby oil or oil, and it's like it shows like this, you can see separation. It's like, you can just look into it, right? And it's like separated. All the little bubbles will be separated, right? So when I looked into the spoon, I had picked up a little bit of the tea. And when I looked into the tea, I seen a circle, and inside of the circle, I seen an embryo. I said, okay, Spirit is telling me that honey or this tea, put this combination, is life affirming, okay? And I know I probably read before what's the properties of honey, because I've had, obviously, honey is a part of my diet every now and again, but as of now, it's going to be a permanent staple. Some things now, as I'm learning, get more wisdom, will be a permanent staple of my diet, okay? So I seen the embryo, told me it was life affirming. Okay, sure enough, that's what I experienced today. No loss of energy. Now, for the last umpteen years, okay, because my period started getting bad after about 30 years. After 30 years old, my periods just made me super tired. Before then, I was fine. But since 30, like, they have even lightened up, but they make me exhausted. For like a whole day, I'd be like out of it. Like, it's just bad. I have to plan my life around my period. So I like I said, I would try to drink some teas, or maybe I'll have some kind of supplement at the house, or some chlorophyll. I remember all different things I would try while I'm on my period. Ain't nothing worked. That tea I made today, I was going all day. And it was so powerful that every time I came home to use the bathroom, change myself or whatever, I would see that the pad was full. But usually when it's full like that, I could feel the exhaustion. I was fine. It was like nothing. Okay? So I'm here to remind you or inform you that you need honey in your life. And if you can find this brand, this would be awesome. Okay? Again, this is called Glory Bee Organic Raw Honey. Pure and unfiltered, non-GMO. So if you can find that, that's awesome. But this is my first time ever seeing this brand ever. But if not, just like I said, keep trying different things, because a lot of stuff that's on the market is a whole bunch of bull crap. You'll find that with supplements and just everything that they tell you is a good product. Everybody got their own version of it because they want to get into the market, but a lot of that stuff is just straight trash. This right here, I'm telling you, is the truth. Okay? Now, tonight I come in because I was like, let me prepare myself. I realized that, before presenting these messages, Spirit been telling me the power of the pen, organizing. So when I get on this camera, I say everything I want to say, and I don't have to do a part 2 and a part 3. So I was like, okay, let me just do a quick search on honey, just because I know there'll be something there confirming what I just experienced. So sure enough, so let me just read off some of the things that came up. Okay, so this was something that I wrote earlier, okay, when I was just freestyling, just to remember that this was a message I wanted to put on the channel. So honey, the life-affirming power of honey and its protective nature, preserving the temple and increasing sight to ward off harm and destruction, and it's energizing. Okay, so life-affirming, right? Let's deal with that aspect of this quote that I put down. Okay, so when I looked online, it says that honey is a food source, okay? Now, I do remember reading in the Bible about John the Baptist, right? And how his food source, let me see, I wrote it down. John the Baptist lived for a long time, it says in the Bible, in the wilderness, on a diet of locusts and wild honey. So he lived for a long time. That's the key words. This is about preservation. This is about immortality, okay? Because they say he lived a very long time in the wilderness on a diet of locusts and honey, okay? Like I told you, I didn't have to eat nothing today. I was full, I was satisfied, and I was energized, okay? Then it talks about, which I've read before too, about different tribes in the Amazon and different tribes in Africa, the hunter and gatherers, and even some people in Australia too, their main source of food in their diet is honey. These people that live in the forest, like, this is what they mainly eat. You know what I mean? They ain't got like the grocery store like we got to eat, So honey is a major food source for them. Okay, so this is confirming what I've experienced. Life affirming and energizing. It's a food source. Meaning, instead of you in the morning eating that sugary cereal or eating a pancake or even eating something that we consider a whole food, or eating something that's organic, but maybe a burrito or something that's not a whole food, you could just grab you a spoonful of honey and get out that door. Okay? Put it with some tea, though. I like it with tea. But if not, just a spoonful and keep it going. And maybe perhaps in times where, like we know that they saying, what is it called? STFU, when shit hits the fan. No, what is it? Shit hits the fan. Okay, SHTF, when shit hits the fan, right? That's a saying they use in those communities where they talk about preparing for the apocalypse and stuff like that. You got to be prepared to have your rations and all your food supply. So I would say this would be a great food supply, opposed to all of that, people telling you to stock up on water. This has a high water content. So if you take this right in a drought, you will satisfy, your body won't be thirsty. You'll be hydrated. Okay. Now in the wilderness, they was in hot climates too. So this works. Okay. So this would be a great food source if ever the apocalypse hit. Okay, instead of buying rice and beans and all of those things, it's something that don't need to be cooked, nothing. Just need to carry it and have it with you. And a spoonful will get you through a whole day, or a couple teaspoons probably get you through a whole day, or even less. Okay, and I'm really about to tap into this wholeheartedly and see what it do. Okay, get off some of that food and replace it with this. Keep it moving. Okay, let's see. Then it says another thing that says, in ancient Greece, the food of the gods, the Olympian gods, to be exact, was honey. It was considered a nectar and ambrosia, the food of the gods. And the gods, what? They're immortal. So something with this honey, right? We know that it preserves. People use this in skincare, and all types of things. So like we said, it has some form of preserving qualities. So might be able to have some immortality with this, right? This might be the nectar of life and the youth pill that we've all been looking for. Okay, so ancient Greece, right? This was the food of the gods. Okay. Now, also, it says, I found that it says in the book of Proverbs 24:13, there's a scripture that says, "Eat honey, my son, for it is good." Okay. So, yes. So those are things that I want to put together, where I said that honey is life affirming and life affirming and energizing. Okay. Now I said it's protective nature. Okay. So protecting is where we get this preserving from, right? So this would be something good for you to consume to preserve your temple, right? Because what they found with this is that no kind of microorganisms can live within inside of it. So when they say microorganisms, to me, I'm thinking parasites, too much bad bacteria in the body. Like, this will kill it off, and keep your body in harmony and balance, ultimately allowing new tissue to regenerate, killing cancerous cells and things like that. So just preserving your insides, and ultimately preserving the outside. Also, perhaps just leaving it around in the house, right? Because it's something that's sweet. So its smell will repel, those low vibrational energies. Like, it's just like if you light a candle in your house and you keep it smelling good, and you clean your floors and stuff like that, you keep it smelling good, you can keep insects and bugs and stuff away. So the same thing with honey. It's a sweet smell. And we know that foul spirits like foul smelling places. Okay? So just having it down on the altar and having it around is great, attracting good spirits in the home. And it's also, like I said, it will act as a protector for your environment as well. Okay? Let's see. And also, like I said, honey is the presence of Oshun. So she resides in honey. Now, one of the things that Oshun deals with is divination, right? And then look, she's known for divination, right? But also John the Baptist was a prophet. So that's a form of divination. Sight. He had sight, right? He could see. So when you can see, when you can see things before they're coming, that ultimately gives you a sense, some form of protection, right? So that's a form of preserving your body. So people can't harm you if you know that they're coming to harm you, right? So honey is good for opening up that third eye and keeping it open, you know what I mean? And being able to see so you can preserve yourself, you know, from any kind of harm. So yes, increase sight with this. Now, with that, I want to, I wasn't going to do a video about this, but being that I just mentioned sight, that's what I originally got these pills for. Now, I've never seen these pills in my life, a day in my life ever, okay? As I've been telling y'all on the channel, I've been getting attacked heavily where they've been trying to close my third eye and close off all my spiritual senses, right? So I came across a video that Bobby Hemmett was doing, and he talked about the inner ear nucleus, right? And how that was a gateway to the third eye, okay? And I had heard him talk about this before, but this day it came to me. Spirit had sent him again to give me that message. So I'm listening to this day, and I said, okay, maybe I'll do some ear candling, right? Because I remember I had candled out my ear one time, and I started seeing got my third eye really active, okay? I was out there in Oklahoma City, and I seen the dragons flying through the sky. Me and my daughter. My daughter didn't even need no candle enough her ear, because at that time she was a bit younger, so she was on it. She could see. She's like, Mama, what is that? We looked up in the sky. We was getting ready to go into the hotel. We looked up in the sky, and we seen this big old bird flying through the sky. I mean, long wings. I mean, something like I ain't never seen. Something like I thought to myself it must have been Thunderbird, because he has a legend there in Oklahoma City. But we was able to see that, okay, and some other things. So a whole bunch of things I started to really see. So hold on, I done lost track. Okay. Hold on, I'm coming back. Let me see. So I was telling y'all about Oklahoma City site. Okay, so I was talking about candle in my ears. I was like, okay, I'll just get some candle out my ear. If y'all don't know what that is, that's like these candles that you get. You put them in your ear, you light a fire to them, and they draw earwax out. And they probably do something else from the heat. It begins to probably stimulate, obviously it has to stimulate your inner ear. And your inner ear is connected to here. So it's like a direct connection. And when that's cleared up, you get clear hearing, your psychic senses get enhanced. So I was like, I'll just get that. So later that day, I walk in Walmart, right? And then I see this picture. So it drew me in. So I, like that same day I watched the video, y'all, this is how our psychic energy be on point in synchronicity. You know, I walk up to it and I read the back of it, and this is what it says, okay? Because it was just, the packaging was so alluring. And that day I was going in the store looking for something for my daughter, but then I came across it. So it says, Po Chi Pills promotes the health of the immune system, the gastrointestinal systems, and the inner ear. I've never seen a supplement for the inner ear ever, okay? The product has long been known for its contribution to health, and it's used worldwide, okay? So, yeah, and they recommend taking 2 vials per day. And the packaging on these are just so cool and so amazing. It's like, they like in these little white vials with Chinese writings on them. And it's just so nice. And I can attest that these things do work. Okay, and they were calling me. When I was like, did they really work? Right, I started to begin to smell them and taste them. And they were saying, go and get you some more. And sure enough, the other day, I started to get vibrations in my ear where I knew something was happening. Okay, and then like a day later, what I was feeling went away, and the dream's been back, man. I've been connecting more, a lot more. I even just predicted Whitney Houston's mother's passing. The day before they announced it, I had already seen it, you know? So yeah, these pills definitely are the truth. Like I said, I never seen them in my life. Very, very cool. Very, very cool, cool box. But I hear that they're huge out in Chinatown. They sell these in Chinatown. Wherever there's a Chinatown in the United States, they have them. This is like a popular supplement. Po Chi Pills. I might be pronouncing them wrong, but that's how it sounds, okay? So this is something that's good for sight as well, guys. If you're struggling with your sight, yeah, this is what you need. Okay, So let me see if there's anything else that I wanted to say. Okay, so yeah, just some other little things that I had written down. So today I was driving in the car and here goes the bee. This one little bee traveling with me the whole way on the highway. I just turn and look and he right there just flying with me, okay? Let's see. I told you about the bee at the beach. And yeah, okay. So that was it. That's everything that I wanted to include in this video. So do not delay, guys. I'm trying to tell you, especially you women who are on your period and you lose energy on your period, this honey is no joke, okay? Nor is that matcha tea that I got any joke. Plays no games. It will have you up, moving, and it's a very stable. It's not a shaky, jittery. Like I said, you got to have that matcha tea on some food because otherwise you will be like this. But if you eat something and then throughout the day, it's nice. Nice. You can have that all day and that could be your meal. So, yeah. We need to stay as light as possible. It's a form of fasting, eating light, you know. Keep ourselves less dense, you know. Because I find when I am definitely eating more, I get more attacks in my dream, you know, especially if I'm eating right before bed. They love when I eat some sugar too before I go to bed. That's the perfect time, it seems, for them to attack me. So I'm sure they're doing the same thing to you at night. These spirits that come from the spiritual realm that like to attack us. So this could be an excellent food source for us to keep us light, form of fasting, and also keep us in tune, preserved, and immortal, ultimately, right? Yes. So do not delay. Use this honey today and start experiencing the benefits, because I know I will be. From here into infinity, I will be messing with the tea. Like I said, for the years, I've been off and on. Like I just always I get like health products, right? Because you just read and you hear that it's healthy, it does this, it does that. You're like, okay, I'm going to get this. So I always got a whole different variety of things, but it's on rare occasions I really get to connect with some form of plant medicine and I really get the mysteries of it. And I'm like, okay, this is a forever item. Me and this thing go together, you know, and I ain't parting with it. Yeah. So with that being said, peace.